Lake Falcon on the Rio Grande near Zapata, Texas, is the site of today's lesson. Larry is fishing rising water under adverse conditions. Let's join Larry as he is searching the Rio Grande for largemouth bass.
I got a feeling sooner or later. Come on up, over there. Quick release. Or my worm piece. Now that's a big old tree right there. The bigger the tree, the bigger the bass. Oh, I missed that one. Got my worm. I think they must all be small. Dang it, he's down in there somewhere. Come on. He's still on there. Come on. Just keep pressure on him. He must have tied me in a knot. Come on. I got him a little ways. Still take line. There he. I hate it when they do me that way. Must not be very big. He's done quit wiggling around. I fooled him. And he was better than I thought he was. Yeah, he is better than I thought he was. You thought you'd just play dead on me down there around that limb and you'd get loose, didn't you? Wrong. Ooh, did he ever wreck my line? I mean, terribly destroyed my line. One thing about mesquite trees, when you fish mesquite trees, you better retie often because you are definitely going to have some frayed line. Use big line.
When fishing heavy wood or mesquite trees, be sure to use a heavy fishing line. Also, be sure to retie your lure frequently, clipping off 6 to 12 inches of line when you do so.
Hang on. Pretty good one, too. Good fish. Good. Whoa! Pretty fish. Boy, I'm telling you, that is absolutely the baddest brush in the world. One of the main things that I've learned with this lake coming up and the fish going back to the basics, back to the isolated wood cover, is the key part of this pattern has been close to the main lake. If I wasn't close to the main lake, the wood never produced anything. I've worked back into pockets, and it just seems like the fish, you know, after a lake has been low so long that they're out closer to that main portion of the channel. You find an area that's got little bitty indentions, little points, and all that is that's access areas to the spawning grounds in the spring, and the fish right now are right out here on the river. A little better bass. Not no big bass by no means, but a good fish. Boy, I had him. He wasn't getting off. No way. Pretty little bass. Right in the middle of that mesquite tree. He's down in there somewhere. Come here, big boy. Thought you was big anyway, didn't you? Just got it and run plumb off with it. I'm going to hang me one in a minute near one of these trees that I'm not going to be able to handle. I can feel it. And I'm ready for it to happen. All right there, big guy. Right there. One thing pretty important when you're fishing brush like this, come up pretty close to that tree with your sinker. You want that thing hitting on that tree and just working it right up the side of the tree. You know, most of your strikes are going to occur on the fall. There's just no doubt about it. When you're pitching to brush or throwing at trees or, you know, fishing close to cover, when a bass sees a bait, he's going to hit that thing. A lot of times when they're suspended, you got little funny colored water like this water right here. It's kind of a real dark looking green. You know, sometimes you'll go right by them and they won't see it going down. So when you're coming back up the tree, be sure and bump on them limbs good 2 or 3 times before you move it up over the limb. And let her fall back down. If you don't get it, reel it in. Find you a new target. Come here, that mate. Pretty good fish right there. Pretty fish. Was not on the bottom. You know, pay close attention when you're worm fishing whether or not they get it all the way down or up in the limbs, because I mean, sometimes they just have a tendency to suspend down in that cover, especially when you got real off-colored water. When you're working that bait up through that tree, you'll work him a little bit better when you get that sinker up on a limb.
Pay close attention to whether a strike in heavy cover occurs on the fall. If this happens, then the fish may be suspended. Concentrate on cover in the depth of water that the strike occurred. This may help you be more productive.
Ooh, where's a better one? Come here! Well, that was a battle. That's a nice fish right there now. Good bass, good bass. Boy, that one just sat down on it. He didn't say nothing. One of the main things you need to watch out for in bass fishing is rising water. The thing that happened this week, they had 7 inches of rain in Del Rio, Texas, and Lake Falcons came up 3 foot and it's still on the rise. That has a tendency to scatter fish. Not only that, I don't care how good they're on structure. If there's lots of fish on structure, many of them will go suspend. You can catch an occasional big fish on structure if you just stay with it all day, but 4, 5, 6 bites a day, that's not my idea of a good fishing day. I'd rather catch numbers. Rising water. Go back to the basics. Fish outer cover. More associated to the main lake, especially in the summertime. And a lot of times that's the whole key to catching more bass. Isolated cover. Use a bait that you can take and throw right in the cover. Pitch it in there, let it fall to the bottom. Twitch it a few times, let it fall back, raise it up, pull it out, and throw it to the next piece of cover. Keep covering ground, and you'll eventually find a few fish. Oh, me, he's a good one, too. Come on up out of the... Oh, boy, he's bad. Oh, he's got me in that net. And I'm getting farther away. I think he come off. Doggone. I've still got him. I see him. He's hung in a net. Got me in that cotton picking net. Hey, beat me at trot line. Definitely a net. See, that's what happens when you use good line. That is a pretty bass right there. That's what I came all the way down here to catch. And sometimes the big ones just don't cooperate as much as you'd like for them to. That was a good one. Not only that, but a lot of excitement involved. These Mexicans, they use a lot of gill nets. They trap tilapia. And it seems like every good tree that's got a lot of wood on it, there'll be an old net in it. And that fish got me in it, but I was lucky enough to get him out. And the wind is blowing my head off. You know, a lot of times, the thing that you learn most about fishing takes a day or two to learn. Believe me, these fish got to me yesterday. I got out and fished structure like the fish were supposed to be on, and the fish had been on structure great 2 days ago. But when we arrived, naturally the fish departed. And in order to catch fish this trip, I had to go back to fishing my way. Looking at the cover, isolated trees or stands of trees, and then following the contour of the land, staying in 4 to 6 foot of water and just following the edge of these mesquite trees where they'd run around the point and fishing the airworm, just pitching it right in them bushes and letting it go to the bottom and move it a time or two. If one didn't get it, reel it in, pitch it somewhere else. But just fishing slow and patient and taking my time. Today I caught a lot of fish. Had a pretty good fishing day. Didn't catch the size of fish that's normally caught on Lake Falcon. But that's the way bass fishing is. Sometimes you hit them when they're biting, and sometimes you don't. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back and see me again next week. I'll make you a better bass fisher.